My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered all over the earth. Let me take this moment to say, welcome back. This is Dr. Maria Shu. And my brothers and my sisters, we just want to take this moment to thank you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and everything. Thank you for my brothers and sisters, those of you who have subscribed. We really appreciate it. And we're asking you to help get other people in by helping them, encourage them to subscribe too. And those of you who've been subscribing and watching the videos, my brothers and sisters, one other thing I'm going to ask you to do, when you're ready to view a video, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, then we're going to ask you that you like it. Like it at the beginning. Every new video that I put up there, please like it. Like it at the beginning. Don't wait for the end because sometimes you forget. Okay? And, you know, our mind sometimes travels, 100 miles per hour or more. And we tend to forget things. So please, we're going to ask you to remember to not only subscribe and view, but please like it. Liking it help us to know how the audience is accepting it and, how you feel about it. If you have a problem, if you have a question, if you have, any comments, you put it in the comment section and we'll try to respond as rapidly as we can. Okay? So we just want to thank you. All right, we're in Psalm 38. And last time we stopped at verse 14. Psalm 38, a man in pain prays. And so in verse 14, we had read verse 14 where he said, I was a man that heareth not, and is in whose mouth are no reproof. And he's showing that, he, in a sense, whatever the enemies, whatever those who criticize and pull him down and, say evil thing, whatever they were saying, it's like he hearing it, but he didn't hear it. He hears it, but he didn't hear it. And so we want to start out in verse 15 today. The Psalm 38, verse 15. And my brothers and my sisters, if you have a notepad and a pen or pencils, that you need to take some note as we go along. So this is what a real Bible study is. A real Bible study is that you jot down information as you hear something. If you read it and you come across a word, you want to underline it in your Bible, or you might want to jot it down on a notepad. But it's very important that we do that. Okay? And so verse 15 said, for in thee, O YAHUAH, do I hope. For in thee, O YAHUAH, do I hope. And let me read the whole verse. It says, thou wilt hear, O YAHUAH, my Elohim. All right. Now, O YAHUAH, he's calling out to YAHUAH. And the way he calls out here, O YAHUAH, is like, if I call out to YAHUAH like that, at the end of the YAHUAH, I would put an explanation. That kind of mark there, exclamation mark. Because here he's calling. And you have to understand, my brothers and sisters, that David, based on the circumstances, he had done so many different things that were wrong. And I would imagine that when he committed adultery with Bathsheba, and then turn around and send this woman's husband to the front of the battle, I know that things like that must, over a period of time, must work on his heart, must work on his mind. And just out there like that in left field, it's like you're out in left field and you have no way to turn. Everybody's turning against you, your own family members turning against you and talking about you. And now he's saying that the only hope that he has is in Yahuwah. Oh, is a far in thee, in Yahuwah. He put all of his cares, everything, he's hoping in him. The word hope here is the word Yakal. Yakal. Yod, Chet, and Lamed. And what this word is saying here, my brothers and sisters, is that in all of these issues that I'm facing, in all my circumstances, is a one thing I'm going to do. I am going to wait. And Yahuwah, the word Yakal here is to wait. To wait on Yahuwah. And waiting, for Yahuwah to respond in a way that going to be comforting to him. Is waiting. Yod, Chet, and Lamed. Yakal. And my brothers and sisters, what is saying here? He has a cause. He has a cause to. He have to. And he's going to make his hope in Yahuwah, regardless of what's going on around him. And as we wait, my brothers and sisters, waiting is one of those things where, you're waiting for something and you want it to happen right now. Man, and you just, the patience, like, I know at times for me, if I'm going to do, if something is coming up, like, I have to attend a meeting and especially if it's something that, you really, have your plans about. And, you have a tendency of being impatient. But here, we want to notice that waiting, my brothers and sisters, is very painful. Waiting is very painful. It's just like when you make a mistake and you have to go back and redo whatever you did. You wrote several, paragraphs about something and you find out as you're reading on that there was some error in it, or there was something that is left between those paragraphs and you have to go back and take the time to, to edit and to put it in. Sometimes it can be painful, especially when you're, stressed for time, you need more time, you need more time. And so it can be very painful. But to wait here means, my brother and my sister, that we staying. And as painful as it is, waiting, it's like we tarrying, but a little further than that, this wait is a wait of trust. We're trusting, we're waiting on him. The primitive root here to wait by implication is to be patient. It's like a patient. You're being patient in it. That means sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer than usual. So you're hoping in him. So you have to, to hope, to make your hope, to tarry, to trust. My brothers and my sisters, it means here that we have to wait. To wait and Yahuwah. Praise his holy name. For in thee, in you, O Yahuwah, do I hope. And listen what he said here. Thou wilt hear. So, the other nations, right, with their gods. The God, they have objects, right, for their gods. And they're going to, in the morning, patiently waiting for their God to do something. And they'll be there sometime they fainted in the heat. Fainted. Thirsty. Hungry. Waiting for their God, the little Elohim, to do something. And my brothers and my sisters, it doesn't matter how long they wait. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Day in or day out. They waited and they waited and they waited. And nothing happens. Sometimes it's like that God is gone on a far journey. Like the prophet will say, call a little louder. Call a little louder, because he might probably sleeping. He can't hear. But my brothers and my sisters, our Elohim, our Yahuwah, he always hear when we call. But many times, the things that we are waiting for, the things that sometimes it's not that moment that he wants to give it to us. Sometimes it's not that thing that we're praying for that he wants to give us, because he knows sometimes these things may not be good for us. So he has a way of holding it back. He answers prayer different ways. He says, yes, wait. Yes can be just like that. Just like that. And then he says, wait. And then another way he answered, he said, no, you're not going to get it. It doesn't matter how long you pray. My brothers and my sisters, we have to pray and trust Yahuwah and believing that Yahuwah going to do what he said. But we have to have enough sense to know that if we pray for something over a period of time, we need to search our hearts, right? Search ourselves and see, why are we asking? Is this thing that we're asking for Yahuwah, asking Yahuwah for, is this a very urgent need? Or is just something I want to have? This is like, okay, I have a Mitsubishi, okay, Outlander. But if I sit down here and I say, well, I want a Tesla, and I'm praying for a Tesla, and I don't have the job with the income that I can go and pay down the deposit and pay the monthly payment, and then for the insurance going to be very high for those kind of cars. But I'm here praying. I need to drive a Tesla. Oh man, and that's what people tell me. Number one, I don't want a Tesla. You know why? Unless it's an SUV where we can step up in it. Because it's difficult. Because I had knee replacement surgery and it's difficult to sit low and get up in a car like that. So I'd rather something I can step up in. Okay? So if you give me one, if you're giving away Teslas, my brother and my sister, if you're listening to me now and you're giving away Teslas and you can find an SUV Teslas, then give me one. I'll take it. But at the same time, I'm going to ask you to help me pay for the insurance too. Oh, praise be to his holy name. Because my brothers and sisters, I don't have to have a Tesla to get me from point A to point B. Some people have to have it, but I do not have to have it. I want something that can get me from point A to point B. Something that I can afford. So if I don't begrudge those who have Teslas. I don't, the BMWs and Mercedes-Benz and those cars that when you walk in the shop, you know, a screw costs you $150. And especially if they put it in another, you know, money for labor. No. So my brothers and sisters, I'm saying here, when we're waiting for Yahuwah for something, make sure that the thing that you're waiting for is something of worth. When I say of worth, I mean something that Yahuwah wouldn't mind you having. Right? If you're a millionaire, it's not hard for you to go get a Tesla. You don't have to even owe a mortgage on it, whatever, a car payment, and you just go buy it. And you just go buy your insurance. And, you know, you're on your way. But I'm sitting here waiting to buy a Tesla. But I don't have the deposit. And I don't have the money to make the monthly payment. And Yahuwah says it. And then I said, okay, Yahuwah doesn't really want me to have it, but I'm going to get it anyhow. And I figure out a way and force myself to get it, and then I have problem with the payment. Yahuwah doesn't want us to do that. He said, thou wilt hear. Yahuwah hears us when we call, my brothers and sisters. He calls us when we call. And he said, oh my Elohim. Oh my Elohim. Oh my Elohim. Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, and Mem. And this word here, my brother and sister, is talking about, in the English, the word God, right? But, you know, as Hebrew, you know, when I'm dealing with the Hebrew and teaching the word, I want to use a Hebrew term, okay? I want to use a Hebrew term. Elohim, the God here is a Elohim. Elohim. And it's talking about our supreme, right? Sometimes Elohim can be dealing with angels too. Something excellently great. Yahuwah, something very great. Great and mighty Yahuwah. Okay? And it comes from the word Eloah, gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used in the plural, especially with the article, and of the supreme God, you know, in English. That's why it come out with the you know, he's supreme. Yahuwah is supreme. Okay? And my brothers and my sisters, sometimes we refer to the court. Like I mean, not long ago, I talked about the court, the Supreme Court. That means that those judges in the court, they are higher than the circuit and the, local judges, the higher. So when you have something that they can't deal with down the bottom, and if they, if you look at the politics what's going on right now, people, they not satisfied with the judgment that they have from the lower court, they take it to the Supreme Court to say if they can get it, the favor that they're looking for. And sometimes because they may have friends, and especially the politician, if they put people up there, then figure that those people are going to, work in their favor. But sometimes, even though they put people up, they never generally work in their favor. If they want to, stand true to the law of the land. So my brothers and sisters here, sometimes, you talk about the magistrate, those judges, sometimes, you talk about people in position, the supreme, what they call it, Ayatollah. Some people like the Muslim leader, and then they like to use those big words. Okay, judges, great judges, mighty men, But we talk about the mighty Elohim. Probably, this word is generally is deal with deity. As we see, dealing with Yahuwah. And, godly sometimes is great, either sometimes mighty one or powerful one or strong one, okay? And it come from Ayil, which is dealing with strength, strength, the Almighty, And we talk about Yahuwah being good. It's great. He's a great one, and it's a powerful, strong, And then we can compare his name to the word El, El. Sometimes we see the word Elohim, and we'll spell it out Elohim, and another time we see the word El, So praise be to his holy name. So we see here, my brothers and sisters, and as we look back at the verse, for in thee, O Yahuwah, do I hope. Thou wilt hear, O my Elohim. Yahuwah will hear. And praise be to his holy name. He is our Elohim. So my brothers and my sisters, let us stop here and come back for the next session. And we're going to ask you that you will be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.